Okay, let's have my favorite pastime and look at some bugs from Le Dota 2 Reddit from spring cleaning. First one, I mean this is a very well-known one. If you've been, browsing Reddit for a while, you'll see this one. I've seen this bug like 100 times. Basically, the Sand King shard was bugged, and he would just like cast continuous pulses and murder everyone. Look at this shit. Alright. That's a fun one, isn't it? This was fixed though pretty fast. I think they disabled Sand King from ranked for a while. And then they patched it back. New damage highlighting has an extra space before the current level's value. Oh yeah, this here. See, there's a space. There's a space that shouldn't be here. Obviously not literally unplayable. Not a major bug, but like, come on, come on. You can have some quality control on these. Well done, Volvo. All right, they left March of the Machines in. This is one that pisses me off in particular, because this is so easy to check automatically, right? Like, you don't need a testing team for this. You just have to, this references an ability that should be marked somewhere as removed, right? And that should raise a flag. Hey, this is a problem, right? This kind of shit should be done automatically. Legion Commander's Radiant Conqueror bundle and items are definitely still not marketable despite what the spring cleaning update says. I've heard multiple people complain about this. I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. I already have this and I'm not gonna sell it, but why would you even put that in the patch notes if you just didn't do it? Holy shit. Alright, please fix ARDM. Lemao, imagine playing ARDM. Spring and ARDM games are unplayable. 20 minutes in, FPS are crashing. 30 minutes in, people start to DC, and by 39 minutes you can't reconnect, and game crashes without trace. There are people like me who exclusively play ARDM. Okay, this one, this one is whatever. I'll grant them this one. This can very easily slip through, because you're not gonna test or random deathmatch, right? Whatever. People play ARDM? Yeah, that's my fucking reaction. YouTube video. Lost a slot.
It's hard.
Can you hit on wait?
Oh, it stops him.
I just don't need. Wait, what? I just lost a slot.
Oh, lol.
It's hard.
Okay, so it has an empty slot here.
Can you hit on wait? You have Aegis?
What does he steal?
Just don't need.
He steals something and his slot just
I just
disappears.
lost a slot.
Oh god, what the fuck, dude? What is this?
Ah?
What the fuck is this? Jesus Christ, okay. Magnus' new Scepter tooltip is a debate. So we're in a match today and Tiny was crushing us and we're a high physical lineup. Mike decided to buy a Scepter and we were quite happy because the tooltip said it reduces armor by 50%, but after the item came we noticed that the armor barely reduces. Load into replay think that it's a bug. I see that it's mentioned there that it's base armor. This is... Oh, okay. Right. So the tooltip is wrong, right? Because it says it reduces armor, but it actually just reduces base armor. Alright. I mean, sure. It is a problem, right? It is a problem. Because maybe, in this example, maybe this guy wouldn't have bought an Aghanim Scepter, right? If he knew. So, that's definitely a problem. But, it's one of the more minor ones. Let's move on. Bug on the tutorial. Wow, people still play the tutorial. I'm new to Dota and for some reason there is an unbug. There is unbug during the base mechanics tutorial. It just opens the map and nothing happens. Does anyone have the same experience? It's broken after patch yesterday. Already posted a video about it. Nobody gives a damn about new players. That's sad. I mean, I know they're not gonna like, give a shit about the tutorial, right? But come on. Alright, it seems like it's the real thing. It just doesn't load in. God damn it, Valve. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, oh god, we're only fucking 8 bugs in. Jesus Christ. Nexus Spike Carapace says it reflects 175% damage after picking 300 mana burn radius. It's just visual, still reflects 100%, just so you know. What? Says it reflects 175%. Oh, so you pick this talent, which has nothing to do with Spiked Carapace, and the tooltip somehow and for some reason gets modified to 175% after you've picked this talent. God damn it, dude. I can see how this happened. They probably modified the right talent and made it like, you know, increase the reflect damage on Spiked Carapace to 175%. Then they replaced it with this one and they fixed it, but they forgot to change the tooltip. That's most likely what happened. It seems like nobody gives a shit about tooltips. God damn it. But also, this goes to show you that these numbers here, they're just hard-coded. These numbers, this 175%, is not tied to anything into the game. It's just manually typed in there, right? Somebody manually typed 175 in there, because it's just visual, right? It's just visual. So there's no, like, actual link between this number here and what the actual ability does, which I think it's what leads to a lot of fucking, you know, problems. Why not just have, you know, instead of a hard-coded 175% value, why not just have, you know, a reference to the variable or constant that keeps the damage reflected actual value in-game, right? Why hard-code it like this? I don't fucking know. Multiple bugs, Ruby game 7.31b. Can't eject from stolen dismember. Bot duplicate Alg shard bug. Oh, let's see if this is for real. Ah, fuck. It seems like the replay is too long. Too old, I mean. Oh well. Yeah, this is a question mark, but since it has 4 upvotes, it sounds believable. We just can't verify it ourselves. Morphing can copy Shadow Shaman and use his shackles, his snakes. Yes, I've seen this multiple times.
Gorosh, guys, Gorosh. Oh, how did you use this? What the fuck? दोस्तों देखा कि तुम लोग ने?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck this happens, dude. I don't know. Okay. Lifesteal consume bug. The new quality of life changes made the spell consume to have the same hotkey as Infest. That's nice. But now doesn't work majority of time and needs to be clicked manually to come out. Fix ASAP, please. This also has 5 upvotes. So I'm willing to assume it's the real thing. But let's see if they fixed it in the meantime. No, it seems to be working fine now. So if this was a bug, they at least fixed it in the meantime. Daza Aghanim has no cooldown if you keep disassembling it. And this post has been removed by the moderators. Yes, this post has been removed because there's been too many. There's been too many complaints about this. I've seen a lot of this. They probably fixed it in the meantime because it was game breaking. But you could basically just buy Aghanim, refresh a cooldown with your spell, then disassemble Aghanim, reassemble it, and then you could refresh another cooldown and so on. And you could do like you could make Ogre have like infinite Midas, for instance, right? Because you kept refreshing his Midas. I've seen that. A lot of people complained about that one. Spectre Dagger slows Spectre the same amount it slows enemies. Chase hero negative chase and multiplied. Good coding, Ice Frog. I mean, Ice Frog doesn't do the coding. But okay. Oh shit, it's too loud. What? Oh god damn it, dude. Spectre Dagger slowed yourself? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, dude? Ah, tree talent bug help. I've had this issue for some time and honestly was sure it fixes it. Haven't been able to find anyone else with this issue either. Basically, the talent trees show incorrect upgrades. Some heroes are fine and some heroes have talent options from so many patches ago. I verified the game alongside reinstalling it. Any suggestions? Yes, I've seen this. Wait, he added an image as well. Value privacy. It's not loading. Oh. Yeah, so it's the wrong talent. And I've seen that as well. I've seen it happen on Sing Sing stream, where the Bounty Hunter backstab damage from Invis talent just kept changing its value throughout the game. It was showing 10% at first, then it went up to like 35%, then it went to 1% at some point. I don't know. I don't know how that's so messed up, but I've seen this before. Thank you, Spring Cleaning. We'll get them next year. Oh, this is the same. Yeah, okay. There's the same bug as the techies. It just references removed spells. Again, this should be found automatically. Right? This is something that can be verified automatically. You don't need testers for this. But well. Marcy, this was BKB Lotus fixed. Sunder is still bugged. Okay, yeah, so there was a bug where if you would dispose a Lotus target and you had BKB, you still got stunned. And it seems like it was fixed, but they forgot to fix Sunder as well. They will fix that one in the Spring Cleaning Update 2024. God damn it. Used up all their resources fixing the Marcy Lotus dispose bug. Radiant Conqueror Bug has a lot of bugs after Spring Cleaning. Combat stance no longer works when Radiant Conqueror Bug is equipped. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. It is a rare animation that belongs to another item. The animation itself is broken. One of the blades just falls to the ground. What the fuck? Yeah, this item has an animation where he smashes his swords into the ground like this. And then he celebrates. So now he does this on this item as well, but one of the swords just falls to the ground for some reason. Added wind effects to Legion Commander's banners with or without the Arcana weapons equipped. This change still doesn't work. There is no wind effect. On the left is how it should be. Yeah, they tried to do something with this bundle, right? Because they wanted to make it marketable, so they changed some things. And it seems like they just broke it somehow. Yeah, still not tradable too. Yeah, I don't know. They just... next. Beastmaster's new skill. Unknown level 1. Great. Classic. This is a classic. It wouldn't be a Dota patch without, you know, fucking missing tooltips and numbers and unknowns and... Is Earth Spirit Shard bugged right now? It hasn't been giving me any stones on purchase since the Spring Cleaning update. Anyone else noticed this? Just tested it. Another way to nerf the hero. I thought the Spring Cleaning was supposed to fix bugs, not introduce them. Grimstroke Double Phantom. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this before. Yeah.
He's playing with fire right now. He's playing with fire. He might get killed. Watch out.
Yeah, so watch what happens. He's gonna phantom this range creep. I've seen this before.
It could happen. It could happen to you.
He phantoms the range creep and then he kills it, which refreshes the cooldown. Which is fine, but then he can throw 2 phantoms instead of 1 for like no fucking reason whatsoever. The double phantom. Let's without pausing it. 1, 2. Yep. 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 Cool. 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 Nice. Nice game, Volvo. Nice game. Of course, there will be another gold exploit. Oh, I've seen something like this before as well. There was some exploit that allowed you to get like it's minute 12, and this guy has Dagon 5, E-Blade, Bloodstone, Nocturne, Arcane. He's got infinite money, right? I'm not sure how they did it, but I know you could do it on Zeus. Level 4 Zeus? He's just got infinite items. There's one of these exploits like every single fucking patch somehow. Oh, it happened in no random deathmatch. Ah, whatever then. Whatever. Dying for 10 minutes straight to Roshan while wards in his inventory kept multiplying after every death? What? What? He had 4,000 sentries. Cool. 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 Broken hotkeys and spring cleanup. Dota ability quick cast and Dota item quick cast commands have been being bindable to keys seems to be broken now. Valve, please fix. Okay, but you can just bind these abilities from the interface, right? You don't need to use console commands for this. But I guess you could have some macros in which you want to set it up like individually or have some presets or something. So, yeah. Sucks that it's bugged, but it's not the end of the world. This is probably the least worrying one on the list so far. So what's this? Anti-mage makes the mana void SFX when casting counter. Oh yeah, I've heard about this before. Just a sec. Yeah, so he uses the mana void sound when casting counterspell. Even though counterspell had its own sound effect, right? Somehow they broke it. Somehow they attributed the wrong sound to counterspell. I don't know how you get to do that, but they did it. Okay. Heart of Taraz doesn't show up when searching HP region because it's called health region. I mean, yeah, sure. This is like inconsistency. It's not necessarily a bug, right? It's just inconsistent. It's still annoying, right? It should be consistent. Temporal Assassin has no refraction in demon mode. How? How does this happen? How does a hero just not have a spell in demo mode? How? Explain this gem now. Does not grant vision on the area, just vision of invisible units. Here you can see the shaman who isn't invisible from fog. What? Gives true sight over... No. Oh, right. Does not grant vision on the area, just vision of invisible units / words. And it did grant vision of the shadow shaman who was uphill. Yeah, this shouldn't happen. Looks like a bug. It doesn't give vision. It only reveals the heroes for some reason. Yeah, it should only work on invisible units. So it definitely seems like a bug. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Shouldn't happen. This is you basically turn this into a worse seer stone with this. Shouldn't happen, right? At least from the patch notes, it shouldn't happen. Literally unplayable. Oh, of course. Yes, of course. We have the wrong property between the fucking percentage signs. I'm assuming because there was a D here, and it's D modifier property tooltip instead of modifier property tooltip. And again, this is something that you should be detecting automatically, right? It's not difficult to set up, you know, have something in place that detects like missing references or like, you know, misspelled references like this. You can just have it go like, hey, this doesn't reference anything. Are you sure you want to push this into production? Right? You don't need like a playtester for this. Morphing replicate on FV shard. What the fuck is an FV? Oh, faces void. Morphing replicate on faces void shard causes game to crash. What? Oh. Oh. Huh. Huh. Oh, god damn it, dude. God fucking damn it. What do you mean it crashes? You have the 8-page essay you have to write, and Morphing is kind enough to remind you that by closing the game and open Microsoft Word. Guess I'll be sticking to his infused helmet from now. No more custom icon for Heavenly Grace with the Paragon's Rebuke. Right. Right. Yeah, this used to have a custom effect and icon for W. I guess somewhere along the way they just lost it somehow. Jesus. Rubik bug. Taking Puck's orb with Void Stamo completely crashes the game if you have shard. Oh, this is probably the same bug as with the morphing, right? Just it's with Rubik this time. But it's probably like the same source of the bug. Game crashed to desktop. Yeah. Yeah, so it seems like it's something to do with the Faces Void shard that does this. But okay. You actually removed the Techies Arcana Color Gem effect instead of adding it. He already had the Sticky Bomb effect and now it's bugged with the default color and thus noticeable. I've seen multiple people complain about this as well. Do they have some pictures? Yeah, there we go. I've seen this in some other post. So it should have, like, it used to have a prismatic gem on this, and now it no longer does. It's just the default color, right? Purple edge on the ground, blast off no effect, and proximity mines purple explosion, right? Yeah, so they removed the sticky bomb and taser. I don't know if it's intended. This might be intended. Maybe they didn't want to, you know, give too many abilities the prismatic gem effect. I don't know. It might be intended, but it's most likely a bug. Knowing Valve, it's most likely a bug. 23 typos, errors, and grammatical mistakes in the patch notes. 23. Jesus Christ. 17 typos correctly flagged by Google Docs auto review. This is what I mean, man. This is what I fucking mean. It's like these kind of things should not be making it into production. You should not have typos in production because it's just so easy to integrate a spell checker into your code, right? This should never happen. Alright, and whatever. I'm not even gonna, you know, there's some typos somewhere in here. Ah, there we go. This is one example, I guess. Invulnerability. Whenever. God fucking damn it. Sometimes it's not even typos, it's just plain wrong. That was the correct cooldown and they mean duration. Like, fuck me. God damn it, dude. Like, these are the type of bugs that piss me off. I know it's a minor thing, right? But it just goes to show you that they just don't have, like, automated checks in place for the simplest things, right? You should have automated checks for typos because they're so easy to integrate, right? It doesn't take, like, a tremendous amount of resources. These kind of things should just never, you know, we should just never see these. The Naga Ensnare tooltip says it doesn't pierce spell immunity with purchased Ags, even though it does. The Naga and Snare tooltip says it doesn't pierce. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so if you have Ags, it says pierces spell immunity, no. But it actually does pierce spell immunity. So, I mean, there's another example where this is just hard-coded and not tied to the actual game mechanics, right? Because this now pierces spell immune units, but now it just says no here. Ah, fuck. Rubik stealing Shaman Shackles with Shard is bugged. Rubik with Shard taking Shackles from Shadow Shaman is bugged. The Serpent Wards that spawn with Shackles give kill go to Shadow Shaman. That's actually hilarious. That's actually fucking hilarious. So you steal like Rubik Shard, you spawn Serpent Wards, and then those Serpent Wards give bug to the fucking Shadow Shaman instead of to Rubik. That's actually hilarious, dude. Elsie dropped her sword during spring cleaning. Okay, we've seen this before. Oh no, we've seen this like with a different set. This is just like with another set. It drops the sword on the floor. He's just I've had enough of your bloody spring cleaning. I'm out. Drops the sword and leaves. God damn it. New update, new glitch. How? How does that happen? How? Fuck. Fuck, dude. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I mean this is the same thing that should just never make it, right? You have like this note or whatever, and it just says need instead of end. Right? It's no big deal. Like, nobody cares about this, but it just shouldn't happen. Right? This should be caught by an automated spell checker. This should just never happen. Oh, and there's also another mistake. It says if the illusion is alive when Vengeful Spirit respawn instead of respawns. Right? I mean, this should just never happen, dude. So if you've made it this far, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm making this video. I think this bug situation is a problem. Now I know bugs equals bad is not exactly a hot take. I mean, obviously you don't want bugs in your game, but I want to take this one step further. Of course, having a few bugs slip through is expected. Dota is an incredibly complex video game with many different bizarre interactions, and you can't predict everything, and you can't test everything. That being said, I found 42 bugs introduced just in this last patch by only browsing the front page of Reddit. That's a lot of bugs. Now, in addition to those, there's a lot of bugs that A, haven't made it to the front page of Reddit, B, have not been posted on Reddit in the first place, or C, haven't yet been found at all and are just lurking there. If I was able to find 42 bugs on the front page in one day, there's probably hundreds more where those came from. And this was a patch about fixing bugs. And yet I think it's introduced more bugs than any other patch before it in the history of this game. A patch about fixing bugs. Let that sink in a little. Now, why is that? Why is it that we're seeing an increasing number of bugs come up with every single new release? Well, at this point it's pretty clear that Dota's codebase is basically a big snowball of shit. Now, if you have a big snowball of shit, and you want to add some extra shit on top of it, there's going to be some places in which the shit doesn't stick together very well. Those are the bugs, and they're going to be there because that's just the nature of things. The problem arises when you patch these little holes with band-aids. Some get patched, some don't, but either way these little band-aids are not going to hold very well when in the future you want to add some more shit on top. Because this middle layer of shit was not stable to begin with, it's affecting the stability of the top layer of shit which you've just added. Those little holes that have been hastily bandaged up, they are now creating even more problems, even more bugs, and the snowball of shit just keeps getting bigger and the number of bugs keeps growing exponentially. What you need to do is patch those holes up with proper adhesive and gradually replace bits of shit with stronger, more resilient materials. It's going to take more time and effort, but it's the only way to prevent the giant snowball from eventually collapsing. And I don't want Dota 2 to collapse. I don't want this amazing, incredible video game to start bleeding players because of bugs and lack of polish. That's just a sad way to go. Let me give you a concrete example. We've seen many examples of typos, not just now, over the entire history of this game. And how do they fix typos? They go in and manually change the words. And while that works fine for the moment, it will inevitably lead to even more typos in the future because you haven't actually done anything to address the root of the problem. What could you have done instead? Integrate a bloody automatic spell checker. I mean, some guy found 17 typos in the patch notes by running it through Google Docs. Come on! Now, obviously typos are an example of a fairly inconsequential bug. I was just using this as an easy to understand example. And again, I want to emphasize that many bugs will always slip through no matter what. There's many complex interactions in the game and you can't think about or test all of them. However, bugs caused by hardcoding, references to missing resources, placeholder strings, invalid former strings, typos, all of these could vanish by integrating automatic tests and validations and simply following good coding practices. This is a problem for the longevity of the game. Valve, please fix your shit.